Good afternoon, and what another perfect Sunday for some Hoop Queens Summer League 2024 action. It's semi-final Sunday. JJ Evison alongside Sydney Holmes. 2 games on the slate today. We begin with the undefeated Team Advantage Titans taking on Team Sun Youth. It's simple today: win and book a spot in next Sunday's final. Advantage Titans are one of the deepest teams in this 2024 Hoop Queens Summer League and are led by their big three of Kiara Letlow, Kiowa Walters, and Hannah Sunley Paisley. On the other side, it's no time like the present for Team Sun Youth to get their first win of the summer. We've seen them slowly piece it together week by week. Sydney, what's it going to take for the women in orange to get a win here today and make an appearance in next week's finals?
The key in their play is their ability to use their strengths and apply it. I mean, I know it sounds very straightforward and simple that someone would want to use what they're good at, but sometimes they have a tendency to push the ball too much. And we've seen, as you mentioned, the Advantage Titans have a strong roster all around. They have strong bigs, they have strong shooters. So as of right now, they're pretty matched in terms of the fast pace of their game. What Sun Youth can really do is rely on their strengths, rely on their ability to passing. Their playmaking ability is honestly next to none in comparison to the other teams in the league. They just need to be able to execute that. I think going into today's game, that'll be crucial for them for sure.
Well, if you're thinking this is a rematch of week 3, you'd be exactly right. Last week, these two teams met up in the 2 p.m. match, and Advantage Titans came away with a 64-51 victory. Of course, there's one note to the lineup for Advantage Titans. Out is number 22, Kiowa Walters, who we talked about off the top of the show, and now being called up, Shantae Clark, who has 5 years of CIS experience. She played 3 years at Memorial, and then 2 years at York University, was the AUS Rookie Team All-Star in 2013-14, so a little bit more removed from her university and collegiate athletic career than maybe some of these other women we've seen and grown accustomed to seeing. And then again for Team Sun Youth, they are without Sierra Diarra today, another big loss for this Sun Youth team, who saw Jennifer Mathurin out of the lineup after week 1, Sydney.
It seems like they're just so used to playing with adversity at this point. So, but again, height is definitely going to be Advantage Titans' strong point in this game. So it's going to be almost a step back for Sun Youth, the inability to have kind of a strong, big presence. And again, they still have players who can make an impact, but not having Diarra is definitely going to hit them a little bit.
Maëlle Gilles also had a 1-game absence from Team Sun Youth just due to illness. She came back last week, 9 points, 4 rebounds in her performance. But the team was led by Tyra Blizzard, 11 points on 3 of 13 shooting. Some open looks just didn't go down for her. What are you looking for Tyra Blizzard early in this match to let us know that she's here to play?
Confidence and early scoring. I think something that we saw from her last game was she started shooting too late. Honestly, both teams in that game, as we saw with the Advantage Titans and Sun Youth, it was a low-scoring game. More honestly surprised me at how low-scoring it was at the half. But she needs to be able to just shoot the ball earlier. You need to get reps in. I mean, I know it's a game, but like consistency happens not only in practice but in a game as well. You got to get your rhythm down and trust yourself that you're able to make those shots down low, especially on such a tall team. You got to just continue to make it, trust your shot, and I think it'll go down for her this game.
All right, well, we'll set it down for the starting lineups. We'll step aside and be right back for tip-off. So there you have it, Advantage Titans with starting 5 of Justina King, Brianna Livingston, Kiara Letlow, Hannah Sunley Paisley, and Audrey Umba sliding into that starting rotation with Keola Walters out. For Team Sun Youth, led by Arige Bergonio, number 3, Tyra Blizzard, number 8, Maëlle Gilles, 7, Fredland Verrier, 4, and Serena Cheetah, number 6. Each week, Team Sun Youth have had to claw back from an early deficit, so the women in orange will be looking to get on the score sheet early and often in this opening 8 minutes. Quarter number 1 here from Humber College North. Hoop Queens Summer League 2024 Semifinal Sunday tips off now. As the gym continues to fill up here, thank you for tuning in on cbc.ca and the Hoop Queens YouTube page. If you haven't been to a game, be sure to get down here next week. If not for the 4 p.m. tip-off, the energy is infectious, the hoops is high quality, and it's air-conditioned.
Which does help.
And Sun Youth win the tip. Bergonio gives it up to Cheetah, who attacks Sunley Paisley, who gets a hand on it. Blocks Sunley Paisley, a force to be reckoned with down low. Livingston has it to King, eyeing up Bergonio. She takes 2. Livingston attacks the left-hand side. Extra pass to Sunley Paisley. Pulls it from the baseline. Doesn't get it to go. Fredland Verrier corrals the rebound. Bergonio gives it up to Verrier. Paisley late to get onto her, but she travels her feet, shuffles them up a little bit.
Very fast pace so far from both sides. I think no team is really setting up a true offense. They're just kind of pushing each other, really trying to test each other's stamina right now.
The handoff to Livingston. Justina King now with the fake into the paint, out to the corner. Umba, no good. Ball last touched by Sun Youth, so it will maintain Advantage Titans possession. As we approach 1 minute played of quarter number 1. Letlow, no afraid of attacking the paint to the left hand, a little too strong. Verrier with her second rebound. Pushing the pace up the far side is Fredland Verrier. Tyra Blizzard has it now, dribbling back to the middle. Sees the roller. Verrier keeps it alive, but right to the hands of Letlow. And Advantage Titans have numbers. They decide to slow things down and set up a half-court offense. Justina King gives it up to Sunley Paisley, who keeps, takes, attacks. Not enough contact for a call. Advantage Titans keep the possession. Livingston from the elbow. Yes. Brianna Livingston opens up the scoring, 2-0. Advantage Titans. Maëlle Gilles on the pass from Bergonio. Pulls up. That one a little strong, but batted away by Justina King.
We're reaching the 2-minute mark, and the fact that we only have 2 points just shows the tenacity and the drive from both teams not willing to let the other score at this point.
Make them earn everything. Serena Cheetah to Fredland Verrier, who pulls it from deep. That one off the mark. Bergonio is going to get it at the top of the key. Shot clock resets. Bergonio with 10 on the shot clock, working to her left, now her right, into the paint. That's a tough, off the top of the backboard. Kiara Letlow with the rebound. She's got 2 behind her. Bergonio with a hand in the cookie jar, gets it, but out of bounds, so Advantage Titans will maintain possession behind the timeline. Working down the left-hand side, back into the paint. Livingston has it on the perimeter off the shoe of Maëlle Gilles, and right in her face defensively, creating havoc. Maëlle Gilles, the Montreal native. Spent some time with the Phoenix Mercury during a training camp in 2022, as Hannah Sunley Paisley misses the layup, but will go to the free throw line shooting 2. And all the Sun Youth players heading over to the bench to have a quick word with head coach, trying to get them on the same page, stick to the game plan. Sunley Paisley makes the first of 2. the Titans lead sticks at 3, 1 possession. Gilles grabs the rebound, almost gives it away. Picks up the dribble, being fought for from Livingston. Save to Bergonio. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Bergonio to her left. Cheetah down to Fred Lanverrier. Catch it high, keep it high off the backboard. And right there, crediting the assist, Fred Lanverrier gets her Sun Youth team on the board. Suddenly Paisley shakes off Letlow, who thought she had the step on her defender. Letlow fouled on the attack by Serena Cheetah. And Advantage Titans will head back to the free throw line.
I know we haven't really mentioned her at the start, but Fred Lanverrier, again, with the absence of Diarra, she is now the only solid big that they have on the floor. But her ability to drive to the net is something that we did not see as much of last game. But if she can keep that consistent, I think they're going to be able to stay as matched to the bigs that Advantage Titans have to bring in this game.
Well, her last bucket was as textbook as you can get it. Catch it high, keep it high, sound footwork off the backboard and in, right? Her teammates just need to keep putting her in positions to win and score easy buckets.
Absolutely.
Letlow goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line as we had a pair of substitutions during that free throw. Ocean Kunku and Jaslyn Barker sub in for Team Sun Youth. And subbing in now for Advantage Titans is Tasia Wareham. It's Verrier now with it. The far wing gives it up to Barker. Blizzard tries to find a lane into the paint. Patience pays off. Rebound, Justina King. She's got numbers. To her right, Hanley Sunley Paisley tries to get it down on the block to Letlow. And Serena Cheetah picks up her second foul in about 30 seconds. So Maya Campbell-Johnson is going to move to the scorer's table. And in fact, Maya Campbell-Johnson will alleviate Serena Cheetah of duty here in the first quarter. Scratch that, it's Fred Lanverrier heading to the bench. A little confusion on the sideline, a little confusion in the booth.
It's all right.
Okay, we figured it out. Ball finds its way to Wareham. Working into the paint, elevates. Doesn't get the soft touch to go. Letlow with the rebound, no good. Campbell-Johnson collects the garbage and pushes the pace up the floor. Blizzard working to her right on the far wing. Has Kunku underneath. And Barker saves it. That one broken up by Livingston, who's out on the run. Brianna Livingston, easy 2 points, extending the lead to 4 for the Advantage Titans. And another turnover. Hannah Sunley Paisley with the interception. Justina King from deep. Yep. You betcha. And just like that, a 5-point swing. Advantage Titans in the lead by 7 with under 4 remaining in quarter number 1. The first time I will step aside and be right back with you in 60 seconds. Sydney, it was a couple of live ball turnovers that led to that 5-0 run for the Advantage Titans as we get another look.
We mentioned at the beginning, too, the fast break game can kill Sun Youth, and it has. You saw that immediate fast break and then a beautiful kick out to King from beyond the arc, and you know she's not missing from that distance. So, again, I can understand how tempting it can be when you see your player miles ahead, a whole court open at her disposal, but sometimes it's better just to take your time and set up the play because it can result in 2 easy baskets back-to-back like that.
It's Barker now with it on the near wing. Gives it up to Blizzard. from beyond the arc, dead on. Nothing but net. Tyra Blizzard.
The switch up in play we're seeing now too, Kiara Letlow, where we would notice for all the games she's far beyond her team, but as soon as the basket goes in, there's at least 1 to 2 Sun Youth player on her at all times, so not letting her do that.
Tasia Wareham from deep. The lead's back up to 7 for the Advantage Titans. And this a little bit more of an extended run for Wareham. We haven't seen much of her so far this season, but she's definitely showing coach that she deserves the minutes here. And now Blizzard with the response. That's 4 straight three-pointers, 2 for each side. Shooting coming alive here in the dying moments of the opening quarter of semifinal number 1. Justina King working on Kunku, takes another deep 3 and nails it. Justina King is somebody you got to push back to the logo.
I don't even know how far you have to put her back, because to be honest, I think she can shoot from the logo.
Well, maybe we'll find out. Regardless, it's 15 to 8 in favor of the Advantage Titans. Another live ball turnover. Hands creating havoc was Justina King. Tasia Wareham hands off to King. Guarded by Barker, not enough on that one to go down. Blizzard. Verrier now. Keeps attacking around. Kicks it back out. Campbell Johnson from 3. That's off the back of the iron. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Reset. No good for Blizzard on her 3rd attempt in the matter of 60 seconds. The other way is Livingston. And Verrier collects her 4th rebound of the game. Jaslyn Barker almost coughs it up. Blizzard off the front of the iron. And Wareham collects the rebound this time. Foul's going to be called on Jaslyn Barker. A little too much contact on the arm there. 1.5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Still a 7-point game in favor of the Titans as we get a slew of substitutions. Maëlle Gilles back in, as is Borgonio. Jill Stratton checks in for the Advantage Titans, as does Shantae Clark, the call-up, number 31 in green. Jill Stratton has it on the far wing to Clark. Clark works baseline. Not afraid to get dirty early. Gets the bucket on the second chance opportunity. Shantae Clark making an immediate impact. Ocean Kunku from 3 the other way. No good. And Letlow has the rebound. Advantage Titans slowing things down here. Justina King fakes the pass, steps inside the arc. Doesn't get the shooter's roll. Letlow's there, blocked from behind. Campbell Johnson. King to Stratton now on the far side. That one no good. Campbell Johnson bats it the way of Kunku. Blizzard hounded by Justina King, and Justina King will deflect it out of bounds, allowing her teammates to get set up on the defensive end.
The game is so fast right now that this is honestly going to be the strength for Sun Youth if they can slow it down and just take the time to get their advantage back up.
Borgonio called her own number, had time and space, misses, and it's Stratton the other way. King with the overhead pass to Umba. Sets her feet, makes the shot. The lead's up to 11 for the Titans. 26 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Ocean Kunku directing traffic now. Has Maëlle Gilles down. Working on Clark. Gilles putting her shoulder in, fading away. That one a little short. And Letlow grabs yet another rebound. Her 5th of the opening 8 minutes. Gilles Stratton attracts 2, kicks it out to Umba, who misses. Maëlle Gilles, not enough time to get a shot off. And the Titans take an 11-point lead into the first break. 19 to 8. 3 quarters remaining to play here in semifinal number 1. Hoop Queens Summer League 2024. Stick with us. 8 more minutes before halftime. Again, thanks for tuning in on cbc.ca and the Hoop Queens YouTube page. JJ Evison alongside Sydney Holmes. Sydney, Justina King, 2 of 3 from the field. All of her shots beyond the arc. 6 points, 1 assist, leading the Advantage Titans here early in semifinal number 1.
Doesn't surprise me, you know. I mean, I think when you have such a strong, consistent shooting and form as she does, you have the confidence that you can pull up from anywhere, and that's exactly what she does every single game. So the fact that she's leading right now doesn't surprise me.
Beautiful give and go off the inbound pass. Brianna Livingston to Hannah Sunley-Paisley, and right back on the back cut. Beautiful basketball there by the Advantage Titans to start this second quarter. Bergonio now has Kunku on the far side. Kunku working on Livingston, gets her defender to drop, and the bucket to go. Beautiful offensive possession there from Sun Youth. Letlow, 6th rebound, 1 point so far in this game. Brianna Livingston kicks it out to Justina King again from deep. Yes! Count the bucket. And there's a foul under the basket.
Is it made?
Count the bucket.
There we go.
And count the basket. And count the three-pointer. It's all the same thing.
Yeah.
And all coming out of the hands of Justina King. 9 points on 3 of 4 from the field. Foul will go on Sun Youth.
Her consistency from so far away is like she already knows it's going in before she shoots the ball. That level of confidence not only comes from years of experience, but years of practice. Like her dedication to the sport, you can tell, is just unmatched.
Bergonio trying to get in on the party and misses that foul actually going on Kiara Letlow from Advantage Titans. There's Justina King now attacking the paint, extra pass to Letlow, beautiful ball movement. Lead up to 16 for the Advantage Titans, who are making a statement here early. Blizzard has it. Ignores the screen, gets into the paint. Shots up and off the mark. Livingston with the help defense. King working on Campbell Johnson. That's a deep 3. Justina King, that's in and out. And Maëlle Gilles gives it up quickly. Bergonio has one behind her. Kunku not afraid to shoot the 3. 14 on the shot clock. Campbell Johnson into the paint. Easy layup for Campbell Johnson. Nice find for Maurice Bergonio.
I almost screamed. If King made that basket, I would have screamed. That was a bit too much for me. I wasn't mentally or emotionally prepared for that one.
Letlow finds a lane. Contact from Maya Campbell Johnson, and Kiara Letlow will head back to the free throw line. Toronto, Ontario native, played her youth sports basketball at Cape Breton University. And in 35 minutes a game, averaged 21 points, nearly 16 boards, an assist, and a block. She had a 40-point game against the University of New Brunswick back on November 25th, 2022. She was a first-team All-Star in the AUS 3 straight years, 22, 23, and 24.
I want to say the key difference that I'm seeing right now from both teams offensively is Advantage Titans are living and dying by this traditional basketball rotation, right? Pass, cut, screen, fill away, solid rotation. It's everybody at this point should know this. Whereas with Sun Youth, they're relying on a specific play. The problem with that is that when you rely so heavily on a play, you telegraph your passes before it even goes there. And a team can understand and they can adapt to, okay, I know you're going to screen off me, or I know you're going to try and drive. It's becoming a bit too expected, and Advantage Titans are able to anticipate it and eat all over that, and that's how they're honestly leading in this game.
Well, it's Blizzard now attacking the paint. Contact on the drive from Shantae Clark. So Blizzard will head to the free throw line. Clark did a good job to keep her feet moving. She went straight up, but then when she reached forward, made contact with the arm, and then Blizzard now at the free throw line.
Doing things like that, like Blizzard just did, just driving to the net to cause the foul, is something unexpected that the team's not going to be ready for. That's something that you have to do on offense. Don't just rely on the play. Understand that, yes, it's there and you can fall back to it, but have the ability to, if you have an opening, take the ball to the net, and you can go to the line and hopefully get 2 points.
Sun Youth now stuck 14, the inbound pass. collected by Sunley Paisley, who finds Clark attacking. Can't get it to go, but Clark will head to the free throw line, and the foul's on Fred Lamverrier, who's trying to explain to the official her side of the story. Fortunately, the call's already been made, and I don't think ever there's been a call overturned without a challenge, which we don't have in this league.
You know what? Maybe next season. I have faith. You know what I think we should do? We should have like a camera baseline where in the event that we need something like that, we can have it. But you know what? I have faith in the referees that we have here today.
1,000%. The officials all season long have done a good job letting the women play, you know, through a decent level of contact, while also making the right call. The travels, the out of bounds.
Absolutely.
Clark's good on the first. And goes 2 for 2. Leads back up to 16 for the Titans, and right up the floor to Blizzard. Back to Bergonio on the far wing. Verrier looking for somebody down low. Keeps Kunku from deep. Off the front of the iron, then the backboard, then the back of the iron, and into the hands of Jill Stratton, who passes it up to Wareham. Wareham to Sunley Paisley, and just constant motion for the advantage Titans. Scoop shot, beautiful scoop shot from Hannah Sunley Paisley, who's starting to contribute more and more to this lead for the Titans. A little stagnant offense for Sun Youth. Verrier looking to give it up. Barker to her left into the paint. Barker keeps Kunku on the outside, one step in, drains it. And Ocean Kunku makes the shot, puts her head down, and sprints back down court, preventing any opportunity for transition offense. Shante Clark, almost an end-to-end take. With her the whole way was Verrier. Kunku sets her feet, takes the shot, that one off the front of the iron. Wareham absorbs the contact, no call. And Sun Youth have it again in transition. Bergonio keeps, fakes everybody, steps around, has Jaslyn Barker deep. You betcha. Jaslyn Barker, the Toronto, Ontario native, former Concordia Stinger, making her impact felt here midway through the second quarter. Justina King, inside-outside dribble, out to Stratton on the wing. That one off the mark. Bergonio gets by her primary defender. It's a 3-on-2. Bergonio works to the far wing. Up to Serena Cheetah. Has Verrier down low. Catches high, foul on the reach in from behind. And Shante Clark will get charged with her second foul of the game. So some in-game adjustments here from Sun Youth to really work on being a little bit more fluid offensively.
And I think it's not really translating on the scoreline, but they're getting more chances than we saw from them in the first quarter, so it's working. They just got to be consistent with it, not get complacent, but the ability to adapt is something that I think they've been lacking a little bit in this game, so if they can keep that consistent, I think it could hopefully translate into something on the scoreboard.
Walk us through these two buckets here, Sid.
When you look at the angle at which they're shooting from, they're good chances. And that fast rotation from Bergonio, kicking it all the way out, Bergonio is a solid facilitator. She is good at getting the ball to where it needs to be, especially in her teammates' hands. But because they have such a set play, sometimes it doesn't open her up to the ability to be able to do that. She's a fast player. Honestly, 9 times out of 10, if there's a run challenge, she's beating the player to the spot 9 times out of 10. She's a quick player. Her handles are fantastic. But give her the ability to use that and use that as an asset. So the play that we just saw there where she drove down, kicked it out, not many people can keep up with her while she's doing that. Maybe if they're able to create a play, a pass-cut rotation that the Advantage Titans are doing, it will allow her to kind of capitalize on that a bit more.
And having talked to Coach Lee, the assistant coach of Team Sun Youth, we know that she's always encouraging her players to pass up okay looks for great looks. And Jaslyn Barker just had too much time and space for that not to be a great look. Absolutely. On that last three. Well, Sun Youth have possession on the baseline with just under 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter, down 13. So getting it to under double digits before half is somewhat manageable. Fred Lamverrier, too strong. The rebound batted around but falls into the hands of Justina King, pushing the pace. Jill Stratton from beside the net. Can't get it to go. Tasia Wareham collects the garbage back up. No good. Jill Stratton. Foul's going to be called on Fred Lanverrier. It's her third of the game with 3.5 remaining. That puts a handcuff on Team Sun Youth if she wants to receive her third foul. And they talk it over.
Called on Jill Stratton, actually. I think even Jill's kind of wondered what she did, maybe.
All right, so foul will go on Jill Stratton. Sun Youth have possession. And Maya Campbell-Johnson subs in for Fred Lanverrier. Blizzard on the far wing, working on Justina King. Has Serena Cheetah, takes it up strong. That one rims around and doesn't fall. And as she was rebounding the ball, Maya Campbell-Johnson gets a little contact from Brianna Livingston, forcing that one out of bounds. And Wareham hands it off to King. Back cut, Stratton, wide open, easy bucket. Bergonio, Blizzard, working on King, Maya Campbell-Johnson. Yes, what a response from Campbell-Johnson over the hand of Kiara Letlow. Lots of game left to be played here, and Team Sun Youth are showing they're not going to give up at any certain point in this semifinal. Number one, Letlow gets the rebound. Extra pass to Stratton on the far wing. No good. Bergonio collects it and is out alone. Has to wait for some teammates. Had Blizzard, but didn't see her in time. Works to her left, 1-2 stepping. And that one falls into the path of Letlow, who gives it up to King, who's got two ahead of her. Stratton. Bounce pass to Livingston, who's stuck on the baseline. Fading away, that one too strong. And Blizzard boxing out to get the rebound. Textbook basketball. Campbell-Johnson from the other side. That one's off the near iron, and Livingston looking to push the pace. Letlow ahead. Easy 2 points, and more transition buckets for the Advantage Titans team. Campbell-Johnson has it with 1 to beat. Throws it cross court to Blizzard. And Tyra Blizzard continues to be a threat. 11 points for Blizzard now as Stratton attacks with her left. Kicks it out to Wareham from 3. Yes. Shooter's got to shoot.
I love the confidence that I'm seeing from her. I mean, again, she's finally getting a little bit more minutes, but she's showing consistency at a level and a confidence level that we haven't seen from her at all this season. So it's fantastic.
Campbell-Johnson from the corner. 3 straight threes, 2 for Team Sun Youth, and 1 for the Advantage Titans. Livingston walks up, no one guarding her. Campbell-Johnson moves into the path, and Letlow comes away with the batted ball that falls into the hands of Livingston, who attacks, gets the bucket, and one opportunity, Brianna Livingston. Every time Team Sun Youth claws back to within 12, 11, Advantage Titans comes right back the other way.
The tenacity at which the Titans play at, again, to go through 2 defenders as if they're not even there. I don't want to even say it. It's like, at that point, it's kind of like, what do you do? Because they're playing solid defense. It's not like Sun Youth has not been playing hard, consistent defense. I truly think the Titans just have a little bit of an edge up, especially at the average of which they're able to make their shots. And when you already have a lead like this too with the Titans, yes, Sun Youth is becoming more of a presence from beyond the arc, as well as we've seen late with back-to-back threes, but you got to stop them on both ends. It has to be consistent for you to kind of get that margin back on your side.
Well, taking a look at the box score, Kiara Letlow, 9 points, 10 rebounds, and there's still 40 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Justina King, 9 points. Livingston, 6. Wareham, 6. Shantae Clark has 4 of her own. And then when you look on the other side, it's the heavy lifting being done by Blizzard and Campbell Johnson, 11 and 8 points respectively. So more of a full team approach for the Advantage Titans, whereas Team Sun Youth seem to be relying on just a select few to get the ball through the hoop.
And you mentioned team effort. With the Titans, they're able to sub in waves of 3 and 4. So they're constantly having a solid rotation, and we're not noticing a significant drop-off. But with Sun Youth, they don't really have that depth in bench, so they're really only making 1 to 2 subs at a time. And they have 4 turnovers. So the Titans, they have the legs. They can run for days and days in this game, but you have to look at with Sun Youth, they have to be a bit more conservative in the plays that they're making.
And we need to remind you, it is just a 13-point game. Feels like it could be a lot more than that. 40 seconds left in the opening half, as Livingston makes the old-fashioned 3-point play to extend that lead to 14. Bergonio directing traffic, wants Campbell Johnson on the near wing, gives it up to Kunku. And look at the defense. Hannah Sunley Paisley's giving to Campbell Johnson. Bergonio with the step back, fouled by Audrey Umba. So she'll head to the free throw line for, I think, 2. I saw a toe on the line. All right, yes, it will be in fact 2 shots for Bergonio.
You can see the head coach for Sun Youth kind of giving Campbell Johnson a bit of a talking to. Even though she's played hard defense by Sunley Paisley, she's saying you can move. You can just move away from her. She's not guarding you that close.
Bergonio brings it back to a 12-point game as Livingston attacks again, looking for contact and gets it. This time doesn't get the bucket to go, so she'll head to the free throw line for 2. And it's nice to see Brianna Livingston perform so well this summer. Remember, she had those 2 seasons she had to miss with injuries, both in 2020 and 2021 at Monmouth University. Finished her NCAA career at North Florida, where she played 17 games, averaged 9 points and nearly 4 rebounds. She's been showing it all, can move downhill, facilitate, and score from beyond the arc. 5 seconds left. Bergonio has the last option for a bucket. Gives it up to Blizzard, who can't get the shot off before the halftime. So it's a 13-point lead for Team Advantage Titans over Team Sun Youth at the first break, the halftime break of semifinal number 1. We'll be back with you in 10 minutes. Stick with us. More Hoop Queens Summer League action coming up shortly. Welcome back. It's time to get you set for second half action. Advantage Titans leading Team Sun Youth by 13. Large in part thanks to Justina King, whose shot making and playmaking has her team ahead here in semifinal number 1. Sydney, walk us through what she's done in this first half to get her team ahead.
I mean, usually she's consistent on both ends of the floor, and where she has been in this game, her consistency lies from beyond the arc. Her ability to just make any shot she's presented at such a consistent level is unmatched, and that's honestly the reason why the Advantage Titans have such a lead at this point, but also her vision to be able to see different players on the floor. And I mentioned earlier, the fast break game is usually what can make or break a team, but because of the bench players that we have coming on for the Titans, mainly talking about Jill Stratton too, her confidence level is kind of building. Wareham, I've never seen a level of confidence as I have this entire season as I have with her for this game. She's making threes, she's driving into the net, she's dishing it out, grabbing those assists. She is able to kind of have the confidence because her team is rallying around her. So right now, the Advantage Titans are firing on all cylinders, and it's because it's honestly a through and through team effort, all the way down to the bench players to the starting 5.
Well, it's Team Sun Youth's Tyra Blizzard who leads all scorers in the game with 11 points. 4 rebounds to go with that. Advantage Titans' Kiara Letlow, 9 points, 10 rebounds, so 1 rebound shy of another double-double. And Justina King, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. She was the Week 2 player of the game and is the front runner currently in this game for that. In fact, it's the 3 player of the games for Advantage Titans were Hannah Sunley Paisley, then Justina King. Last week, Brianna Livingston. Kiara Letlow has yet to get that honor. Perhaps she will step it up here in the second half. Campbell Johnson for Sun Youth off the mark. Letlow out on the run. Beautiful pass from King, and another display of playmaking from Justina King. The outlet pass. Kiara Letlow well ahead of the pack. Morgonio dances on the far wing. Shoots it into the corner. Verrier picks up the dribble. Campbell Johnson now whips it into the path of Umba, who has King. One pass. Letlow puts it to the deck, then is hounded. Campbell Johnson comes away with the rebound. Jump ball's called. Possession arrow favors the Advantage Titans. So the lead quickly up to 15 now for the Advantage Titans, who every time they come out of a timeout or a break, seems to be they have a set play or a disruptive defensive effort and are out on the run quickly.
The thing that gets me is it always works. That's another thing too. I mean, that's honestly a dream for a coach, the ability to draw up a play and have it work in seconds.
Another bucket for Letlow on the inbound pass from King. Letlow's up to 13 points, 10 rebounds, has that double-double now. Maëlle Gilles, top of the key. Working to her left. Throws it to Verrier, can't corral it. Campbell Johnson can't get it either. And Letlow has it up to Sunley Paisley. Hounded by 2. They've got to get it over the timeline. 8-second violation has been called. Fred Verrier saying it was actually more of a 10-second violation if there's 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Should have been called 2 seconds ago. Regardless, Team Sun Youth have possession. Campbell Johnson heads out. Serena Cheetah checks back in. Number 6 heading into the far corner there on your screens. Again, Sun Youth in the orange uniforms going from left to right on your screen. Advantage Titans in the green uniforms headed the other way. JJ Everson alongside Sydney Holmes here on this beautiful Sunday. Semifinal Sunday, Hoop Queens Summer League 2024. Game 1 of a 2-game set. Serena Cheetah gets her defender in the air, steps back, left-handed, no good. Maëlle Gilles whipping back and forth, and the ball never hit iron, so shot clock violation on what seemed to be a very quick 24 seconds. Another full court press, easily broken by the Advantage Titans. Livingston into the paint, tries to get it to Hannah Sunley Paisley, and she does. Blocked at the summit by Gilles. Livingston Collects it, gives it up to Justina King, who thought about it. Foul called on Fredland Verrier. And that's her third. First team foul here in the 2 minutes played of the third quarter. King to Livingston. Into the paint. Scoop shot off the backboard and through. Brianna Livingston up to 10 points in the game to go with 3 boards and 3 assists. Triple threat. Not to be confused with team triple threat. I'm saying she is a triple threat.
But you know what? I really appreciate the clarification.
3 category player, perhaps I should call her.
You know, either works. Either is a fantastic representation.
Tasia Wareham checks back in. One of the bright spots off the bench for the Advantage Titans. 6 points, 2 boards, a single assist. But it's Blizzard down on the block to Gilles. And Gilles gets Wareham on a foul immediately. It's her first of the game. It shouldn't surprise us that Wareham has comfortability in this gymnasium. She is a former Humber Hawk. The bucket's good for Serena Cheetah. 2 points in the paint to try and close that gap. Justina King now working on Blizzard. Uses the screen behind the back. Swatted away by Gilles. And Coach Lee, Coach Heather can't believe it. The marginal contact is called there.
I think some of the discrepancy on that was they're trying to see if she touched ball first, if she hit her hand first. All I know is, to the ref's defense, I heard a slap. Whether that was a slap of her hand hitting the ball or her hand hitting her hand, I don't know.
Letlow gets position, beautiful pass. This Justina King to Kiara Letlow connection is just something to watch here today. An absolute treat. Fred Lanverrier whips it down to Serena Cheetah, who's back up and under. Foul's gonna go on Sunley Paisley as Cheetah will head to the free throw line for 2.
There's also that positioning on that last play there for Kiara Letlow. The ability to just get behind the defender, because some people would think if you're behind the defender, oh, you can't get the ball. But if you position yourself correctly as she did, and because Justina King has the accuracy that she does, all you have to do is really put your hand on their back, have the ball get volleyed over top, and you can reach for it. So as long as it's timed perfectly, being behind the defender is not necessarily always a bad thing.
You say it like it's so easy, but it's definitely not.
It's definitely not as easy as I probably just painted it up to be, and it's not as easy as they probably just made it look.
The one-handed catch, and then the two-hand grab while you're finishing, like, that's tough. Cheetah.
Takes years of practice, which these women obviously have.
Brianna Livingston sets her feet. That one's out the front of the iron and rebounded by Verrier, who's working on the far side, hounded. Jaslyn Barker gets it over the timeline in time. Now to the hands of Blizzard. Uses the screen, gets by her primary defender, gets Shantae Clark to the deck. A little carpet burn on the knees for Clark, and Blizzard will go to the free throw line. And Sun Youth call a timeout on the floor. We'll step aside and be back in 60 seconds. More third quarter action. Hoop Queens Summer League 2024. Stay right with us. Yara Letlow waving to some fans in the stands. She's got 15 points, 10 rebounds for the Advantage Titans, well on her way to being the 4th different player of the game for the Advantage Titans. Isn't that something unbelievable, Sydney?
You know, it's funny. As we've kind of seen the season roll out here and we're getting into the finals next week, I've learned to really not ever underestimate the Titans for anything. I think they're just such a consistent team that there's really, at this point, nothing that they've shown me that they're not able to achieve.
A name fitting of the team behind it, Justina King off the front of the iron. Another rebound, Letlow. She loses it, and she was surrounded by all 5 orange jerseys. Blizzard has it down to Verrier. Verrier stolen by Clark. And Livingston pushing the pace again, met by Bergonio there and slowed down. It's King now again on the near wing. Livingston in the corner, shuffles her feet, gets baseline up and under. Fouled, doesn't get the ball to go, but will head back to the free throw line where she is 2 of 3 on the day. In the week 3 matchup against Team Sun Youth, Livingston had 18 points, 2 boards, and added an assist, a steal, and a block in an all-around performance, which allowed her to take home week 3 player of the game. As Fred Lamverrier heads out, Maya Campbell-Johnson checks in. So Verrier will have received her 4th foul, putting her in foul trouble. And as one of the 2 bigs, I guess you can call, for Team Sun Youth, that's troubling.
I want to say that the consistency on the floor right now is honestly the only reason why the score is the way it is. We've seen Sun Youth can create chances for themselves. They are strong on defense. It's really just the inability to knock down shots when it comes down to it. They're consistent when it comes to getting those chances, not consistent when it comes to making them.
Well, Sun Youth are slashing 33, 38, 75. That's 33% from the field, 38% from deep. As Blizzard attacks the right side, we'll go back to the free throw line. And 80% from the free throw line. Meanwhile, Advantage Titans, nearly 43% from the field, 43% from 3, and 72% from the free throw line. So the number is obviously favoring in terms of percentage and volume. Advantage Titans, 45 shot attempts to Sun Youth's 33. And Blizzard chips away again from the charity stripe. Under 4 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Sunlee Paisley on the near wing trying to direct some traffic. And that pass too hot, too low for Justina King to get her hands on. These are the types of possessions that Sun Youth need to take advantage of.
Absolutely.
When Advantage Titans come up empty-handed on one side, Bergonio turns the corner, whips it to Ocean Kunku. Yes, Ocean Kunku with another, her first 3, apologies, of the game. She's now 1 of 3. Sunlee Paisley pulls it from deep. No good. Bergonio with the rebound, can outpace them all. Inside-outside dribble. Kunku again, shuffles her feet that time. She had them set, decided the defender was too close to elevate, and was unable to put the ball back down to the deck in time.
I think the excitement probably got the best of her a little bit in that moment.
Bergonio defensively causing some havoc, and it's another turnover. 2 turnovers in 2 possessions for Team Advantage Titans. Very unlike them.
But in moments like this, as you said, this is when Sun Youth can kind of capitalize on that and really start chipping away at that deficit.
Campbell-Johnson to Bergonio. Has Blizzard in the corner. Off the front of the iron, chases her own shot down. Throws that out to empty space. And Justina King will come away with it from a pass from Livingston. King, change of pace. Met at the top by Kunku. Oh, and Bergonio straddled the line, tried to throw it in, realized she didn't have anybody paying attention,
It was almost like a ballerina-esque play. She was already in the air. She tried to land with her heel up to avoid the line, but unfortunate, wasn't able to.
Remember, there's semifinal number 2 coming up after this one. The Brampton Warriors and Team Triple Threat. That one went into overtime last week. Bound to be a good semifinal as Ocean Kunku and Hannah Sunley Paisley lock arms. Tie ball. Gonna go the way of Team Sun Youth. The trail by 14 and have been ever so slowly digging into this lead from the Advantage Titans team as another timeout's on the floor. So Blizzard continuing to do the heavy lifting for Team Sun Youth. Now 14 points on 3 of 8 from shooting. All 3 makes beyond the arc, 5 rebounds to go along with that. And Bergonio having quite a well-rounded game herself, 4 points, 4 boards, 3 assists. Campbell Johnson and Ocean Kunku have each made 3 baskets.
I think it's going to need to come down to more than one player really leading it for a team. But, again, Blizzard is a fantastic player. I think you just need more than one, not only on the scoring end. Like, I think right now there's only one person who has not made a basket for the Advantage Titans, and that person hasn't gotten any minutes, right? And like anything. So that shows, right? You need to have a solid all-around team, and not to say that Sun Youth does not have that. I think they just need to have players that can be a bit more consistent on the offensive end.
Well, that one player I believe you're referring to is Teresa Brown, who I don't actually see in attendance.
So rightfully so that she doesn't have a lot of points, you know?
And this was a team last week. They're down a few players from last week, and you see Kiowa Walters on the bench here still supporting her teammates as Blizzard works into the paint. Beautiful footwork to get around Livingston, but Livingston will pick up another foul, her second of the game. Blizzard claimed she was going up, and she was. 2 shots upcoming. The first good. Second off the mark. Letlow with the rebound. Her 12th to go with 15 points. Jaslyn Barker guarding. The handoff to King. King working to her right, has space and time. That one, nothing but air, landing well in front of the net that time. So as soon as the defender went under the screen, Justina King pulled it from deep, testing the heat. Nice take, that one too strong off the hands of Barker, and it's Brianna Livingston the other way. Stops on a dime, whips it out to King, extra pass to the top of the key. The handoff to Livingston. Gives it right back to King at the top of the key, guarded by Barker. Nice stutter step. Keeps her pivot foot down. That time she dragged it. And Jaslyn Barker, the former Concordia Stinger, with excellent defense to create another turnover here in the third quarter.
In terms of winning quarters, right now, Sun Youth is actually leading in points this quarter with 12 over 8. So the only quarter that really killed them was the first quarter. They were down 20-8 in the first quarter. That's the reason why they have such a huge deficit to come back from. Second quarter, they were only outscored by 2 points. So it was really the first quarter that kind of did it for them. But again, they're chipping away. They're doing the best that they can, and they're staying consistent on defense, which is really all you can ask for.
I mean, that's been their Achilles heel this entire season, those early deficits that they have yet to overcome. King with the step back 3 at the buzzer, no good. The shot clock violation will stop play with 41 seconds left in the third quarter. Sun Youth could have a 2-for-1 opportunity here to drill into this 13-point lead held by Advantage Titans. It's Jaslyn Barker. He gives it over to Kunku, down to Serena Cheetah, puts it to the deck. Back out to Blizzard, who pulls it. Back of the iron and through. Syra Blizzard now 4 of 7 from deep. Livingston traipsing up the middle of the core. Works to her left, gives it up to Letlow. Letlow shows, gives it up to King, who turns the corner, back to Letlow. Off the back of the iron and through. Points 16 and 17 for Letlow. Maëlle Gilles throws it up, that one no good. And it's 55-43, a 12-point lead for Advantage Titans, heading into the final 8 minutes of play here in semifinal number 1. Stay with us, we've got fourth quarter action coming up next. All right, we are 8 minutes away from finding out who books their ticket to next Sunday's final. Team Sun Youth and Team Advantage Titans, but right now the player of the game for me is Kiara Letlow.
Absolutely, and rightfully so. We've seen her consistency throughout all games is her ability to just kind of run down the court and get those early layups, but also her height is usually something that's pretty much uncontested. A beautiful play there to stand behind the defender to catch it with one hand, kind of Odell Beckham Jr. style, and put it in the net. But her playmaking ability down low is something that I really want to focus on. Footwork is something that really, it can be taught, but at the efficiency and skill level that she's able to complete it at, it's something that's really just down to second nature at this point. You just have to know it. It's something that you're able to achieve, and you're able to know that you can do it at such a high, consistent level, and her ability to do that is the reason why, at this point, she would be my player of the game as well.
All right, we're under the final 8 minutes of play. Maëlle Gilles blocked by Letlow. That one lands out of bounds, so will stay the way of Team Sun Youth. And the first possession for the Titans, again, a turnover, something Team Sun Youth needs to take advantage of to cut into this deficit and make it within reaching distance. So the inbound from the baseline finds its way to Gilles from this side. That one off the back of the iron, and Hannah Sunley-Paisley will collect the rebound. Justina King on the far side has one defender. It's Blizzard on her. Letlow at the top of the key. And it's Livingston now, giving it to Sunley-Paisley, working on Gilles. Gilles reaching in, getting contact on the arm. Sunley-Paisley will head to the free throw line. Remember, we talked about Hannah Sunley-Paisley being more than just a basketball player, obviously a published author. 3 novels under her belt, most recently the one called Bloodkin and Curses. Definitely pick that up online or at a Chapters Indigo near you. Give that a read. She played pro in Germany and France and goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line here to start the scoring in the fourth quarter. Bergonio down, another travel, and throwing the ball away in frustration was Serena Cheetah.
This game is still not fully out of reach for Sun Youth. Like, all they really need is a few solid stops on defense. I would say maybe some decent threes, but again, if they're consistent driving into the net, they can do it.
Well, there's one stop as Cheetah comes away with the board, gives it up to Bergonio. And they're definitely mismatched in terms of size. Blizzard gets to the second level of defense. Right there, Cheetah, clear block from behind. Letlow's gonna be called and in disbelief of the call. So ball will remain in the Sun Youth's offensive end. 10 seconds on the shot clock, with a chance to cut into the 13-point lead held by Advantage Titans. Maël Gilles gives it up to Bergonio. Extra pass to the corner, Ocean Kunku. Back to Bergonio down on the corner, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Step back, just inside the three-point line, no good. Sunley Paisley has it. And guess who's out about the pack? Letlow ahead of everybody else. Easy pass off the backboard and in. The whole way, Hannah Sunley Paisley knew who that ball was going to.
It's good to mention, too, that Letlow, as soon as that ball was shot, even before Bergonio shot it, she was already halfway down the floor.
Bergonio down to Cheetah, knocked out of bounds by Sunley Paisley, and a pair of substitutions coming in for Team Sun Youth. Jaslyn Barker, Fred Lanverrier checking back in. But there will be a timeout on the floor. So 60 seconds on the timeout clock. And the Advantage Titans lead by 15 after that last bucket from Kiara Letlow, who's now sitting at 17 points, 12 rebounds. Very efficient, 7 of 9 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. And is well on her way to becoming the 4th different Advantage Titan to be named player of the game. Of course, the game is not over. Plenty of time left, and Tyra Blizzard has 18 points to go with 7 boards on the other side. But Team Sun Youth unable to capitalize on their opportunities.
And that is truly what it comes down to, because we have to understand all the women in this league are professional athletes. All the women in this league are able to play at a level that is so far exceeded from the traditional basketball player. They're all expected to play at a high level, and they all do. So when you come in, and every single game we see that there's teams that are just ever so slightly beating or dominating over the other, it's not because the women on the other team are any less skilled than each other. It's because it comes down to small, minute details that certain teams are able to capitalize on. This league in and of itself is filled with competition, high-level competitiveness. It really just comes down to those finer details, and again, making shots when they count is one of those details.
There's 14 on the shot clock for Team Sun Youth. Blizzard has it on the baseline. Off the back, and right to herself, Tyra Blizzard trying to make a highlight reel play. Instead, it's Fred Lanverrier collecting the rebound and putting it back for 2.
I love that play. I did it once in my day, years ago.
Another live ball turnover. Jaslyn Barker down to Cheetah. Cheetah off the backboard. It's a 4-point run for Team Sun Youth. The lead down to 11 now, as close as it has been since the first quarter. Justina King, hounded, throws it off of Serena Cheetah's leg and out of bounds. That's a heads-up play.
It's a good play. She was really just trying to get an angle at that point just to bounce it off of one of their legs.
8.5 on the shot clock. Livingston on the side out. Ball finds its way back to the hands of King. That's comfortable distance for her. Blizzard sticks with her step for step. In and out. Kunku with the rebound. Jaslyn Barker has it now. Looking to extend this 4-0 run. Barker gives it up to Cheetah. Cheetah to Kunku. Attacking baseline. And she gives it right to Livingston, but bounced back. And Kunku has it in the corner, blows by. The defender gets up in the air. Barker gets the ball, and Blizzard met and fouled by Brianna Livingston.
This is kind of the tenacity and energy I've been waiting to see from Sun Youth almost.
It's a semifinal matchup, trying to book their ticket to next week's final and get their first win of the summer in the same time. Sunley Paisley checks back in for Shantae Clark. So a little bit more size back into the game. Fred Lanverrier has to be careful. She's got 4 fouls. Jaslyn Barker, inside out dribble, picks it up, and gives it to Cheetah. Cheetah working on Letlow. Knocked loose, Barker, scoop shot, no good. Livingston has it and pushes the pace. Almost loses the handle, pulls up from the free throw line, flush. Brianna Livingston. Tyra Blizzard working on Justina King. Uses the screen. From just inside the three-point line off the front of the iron. And that one rebounded and brought over the timeline. Livingston on the far wing, looking for a one-on-one matchup, it seems. Blocked by Ocean Kunku. Hannah Sunley Paisley tracks down the loose ball. Justina King sets. Letlow with another rebound and another 2 points. 19 points, 13 boards. Kiara Letlow. We're under 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Ocean Kunku gives it up to Jaslyn Barker. Blizzard down to Fred Lanverrier. Works to her left. Gets contact, will go to the free throw line. Hannah Sunley Paisley picks up her first foul. And Arish Bergonio will check back in for Jaslyn Barker. And Tasia Wareham will check back in. Looks like Brianna Livingston heads to the bench as Fred Lanverrier gets prepared to shoot two. The first rattles around and finds its way through the mesh. And Verrier makes them both. Full court press here, Team Sun Youth. Wareham. Back over to King. Past the timeline. Double teamed. Tie ball, jump ball will go the way of Team Sun Youth. So great defensive effort to get another look on the offensive end for the women in orange.
Something I might tweak just a little bit, right on that inbound, if they trapped Wareham, I think they would have eliminated that pass to King, which again allowed the Titans to kind of bring it over half. But again, they got it back anyways, but that would just be a minor tweak I would add for them to dominate and hopefully get a basket out of it next time.
Verrier working on Sunley Paisley, loses the handle, picks it back up. Bergonio, 9 seconds on the shot clock. Cheetah, nice step through. Foul's going to be called on the way up, shooting two. Kiara Letlow will take the foul. It'll be her third. And right back into the game is Livingston. Correction. Nope, foul is on Letlow. I thought perhaps Wareham took the foul as she head back to the bench. It's an 11-point game yet again. 3:11 remaining in the fourth quarter. And another turnover right to Verrier. Bergonio on the outset. Blizzard from the top of the key. Back of the iron and through. And the lead's down to single digits. 8 points. 3 minutes remaining. Side out of bounds. Verrier picks up her fifth foul. Screen was set at the half court from Letlow. Verrier got caught up in the mix. Get called for the push.
It's one of those things too, again, at any time fouling out of the game is not ideal, but especially when your team has fought so hard to kind of get the momentum a bit back on their side, it's hard, it's unfortunate.
Justina King on the near side, and the primary defender backs off. They try and go over the top again, and it's another turnover. The advantage Titans looking a little unlike themselves here in the waning minutes of the fourth quarter.
Sun Youth has them frazzled a little bit.
Sun Youth over the timeline. Maëlle Gilles from deep off the front of the iron into the hands of Justina King. Bergonio encouraging Blizzard to step up. King's going to move to the middle of the court, play the high pick and roll with Letlow. Instead gives it up. Sunley Paisley now on the far side. Back to this side, Audrey Umba attacking Bergonio. Good footwork, staying with her step by step, and good enough to cause the travel, and yet another turnover for the Advantage Titans. 2.5 remaining in the fourth quarter, 8-point game.
Beautiful call. That was such a fantastic call. You see, like, most people would have thought that was just her pivot foot moving, but if you look, she was moving her back foot too. Fantastic call.
And that doesn't happen without that up into the body defense by Bergonio.
She cut off that corner. Like, in her mind, she thought she had it. Bergonio's like, no, I'm right there, and that's what made her stumble, second-guess herself, and that's what honestly ended up with the travel.
Sydney, what are you telling your Sun Youth players if you're the coach, and they're insistent on maybe trying to get back into this game with threes?
You have to play consistent on defense, but you have to be right up on the defender. You cannot leave a gap, because right now you're fighting to close the gap. You need to score baskets. So right now, continuously push the three ball, but you have to have players inside that are willing to get the rebound. At this point, they don't really have the height advantage. So if I was the coach, I'd be saying shoot the three if it's open, push more mid-range if you have that opportunity. But on defense, you have to be right on the offensive player. You cannot leave a single gap because they're gonna make you pay for it. You have to just keep the pressure, keep it going. And right now the momentum is on Sun Youth's side, so they just have to keep that going.
Well, they will have possession on the inbound from their own baseline. And Maëlle Gilles, one of the tallest Sun Youth players on the floor, has had a couple looks from deep. Has a smaller defender, though quicker defender on her and Brianna Livingston. But it's Blizzard right now picking up the dribble, giving it up to Ocean Kunku. Bergonio now on the far side. Works baseline. Comes out. Blizzard has it. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Has to get something up. Does off the front of the iron, rebounded by Justina King, who pushes it out to Letlow. And Brianna Livingston on the far side is going to slow things down. Hannah Sunley Paisley looking to show a target down low. Instead, Livingston works to her left, step through, blocked, rebounded, and the foul called on Sunley Paisley for the reach-in. Well, that's one way to slow down your opponent. 1:40 remaining. It's an 8-point game. But that's team foul number 5. Not sure if Sunley Paisley was aware that that's going to result in free throws for Serena Cheetah.
A perfect position for Sun Youth to be in as it is right now. You honestly scratch out what I said, no more mid-range anything, drive to the net.
The first doesn't fall through for Cheetah. And these are some of the hardest free throws late game, quiet gym.
You know everybody's watching her too, so.
Misses both. And Advantage Titans come away with the ball. Livingston on the far side. Sunley Paisley pushed out by Maëlle Gilles. Going for the steal. Jump ball, but it will maintain in the hands of Advantage Titans. Sunley Paisley wanting the foul called there. Not enough contact to warrant that. We're 1 minute and 24 away from knowing who's going to be the first team in Sunday's final next week. From right here at Humber College North, if you haven't been to a game this season, no better game to come to than the final. Justina King misses. Umba with the rebound, can't get it to go, but then Sunley Paisley puts it down for 2, and it's a 10-point game. Gilles stops on a dime, whips it over to Blizzard. Blizzard sends teammate through. Letlow with the strip and the lane to the basket. 1-2 stepping off the backboard and through the hoop. 21 points for Kiara Letlow to go with 13 boards. and this one might just be out of reach as we have one final timeout on the floor. Stick with us for the remaining 57 seconds of the fourth quarter of semifinal number 1, Hoop Queens Summer League 2024. The Advantage Titans maintain a 12-point lead with under 60 seconds left to play, in large part thanks to number 15 in green, Kiara Letlow, 21 points, 13 rebounds, leading, tied for all scores in the game, along with Tyra Blizzard from Sun Youth. But 12 points from Brianna Livingston, 9 from Justina King, 7 from Sunlee Paisley has the Advantage Titans ahead by a cool dozen as Bergonio attacks. Nice pass to Gilles, up and under. And a timeout now called by the Advantage Titans. With 52 seconds left to play, 10-point game. Crazier things have happened, Sydney, but it's gonna take a lot.
When you look at the line score specifically right now between both of these teams, I mentioned it before and it still stands true. The only quarter that put Sun Youth back was the first quarter. They got outscored 20-8. Since then, they were outscored by 2 in the second quarter, and they've been outscoring Advantage Titans ever since. So it was truly the first quarter that really set them back. And we've noticed that's been something almost consistent with them, is their inability to kind of hold on to the lead from the start, because they're a consistent team once the game kind of gets going. It's just allowing the other team to really score or outscore them in the first quarter is honestly what hurts them as the game kind of goes on.
Another statistic that caught my eye after the half, Sun Youth had 4 turnovers to Advantage Titans 0. Now Sun Youth have 12, Advantage Titans 11. So careless with the ball, and luckily for the Advantage Titans team, they did have that cushion after the opening 8 minutes. But they do need to clean that up, regardless of who, if they make it to the final, who they'll meet there, because that will be bound to be a slugfest.
For sure, especially when you talk about in a championship game, that is a make or break moment for you.
All right, King off the inbound to Livingston. Livingston guarded by Bergonio. Trying to shake her, and an offensive foul, moving screen set by Letlow.
Remember when I was saying how fast Bergonio is?
Yes, I do.
Letlow was there, but the problem is Bergonio's so fast that as soon as she thought she had it pinned, Bergonio just like ran right around it. So she's too quick to set a screen on it, at least at that angle.
They got to get a quick look here. Bergonio, time and space, gives it up to Kunku. Underneath to Cheetah. Fouled, and we'll head to the free throw line. Sunlee Paisley on the foul. Nice entry pass from Ocean Kunku. Nothing but nylon on the first for Cheetah. The second will fall as well. Everybody in the half court except for Paisley, Sunlee Paisley and Letlow. King has it, hounded by Bergonio. King gets it over the timeline and coughs it up. Ocean Kunku has it the other way. Has to beat 2 defenders. Scoop shot, no good. Livingston, I believe, under the basket with it. And jump ball. Maëlle Gilles gets a hand on it for a jump ball. Sun Youth have it. trailing by 8.
Perfect pinch. As soon as King got over half, she saw nothing but orange jerseys, and that's exactly what you want a press to do. That was an effective press, and they got the ball back. Again, 21 seconds, still technically a lot of time. Still, if they're able to get quick stops, they can get an easy basket out of it.
Make a 3 here, and then it's a 5-point game. Bergonio at the top. 20 seconds left in the game. Has to do something. Works inside. And gets fouled on the way up, so she'll head to the free throw line for 2. Stops the clock at 15 seconds. Gets 2 free looks from the free throw line.
Thankfully, she's headed to the line for 2, and nobody obviously could see my hands, but I was kind of doing, like the pick it up motion. Because, again, it went from 21 to 14 seconds. And yes, she got to the line for 2, but you cannot dribble. There's no time to dribble, no time to set up a play. You're already in bonus. You got to just drive to the net and hope and pray that you can make your shots and get this game back in your control.
Well, she misses the first. The second rims around. Suddenly Paisley collects the rebound. Gilles going for the steal instead. Gets the foul. 12 seconds left, still an 8-point game. Barring a miracle, the advantaged Titans will head to next week's final on the back of a 21-point, 13-rebound performance from Kiara Letlow. But it really was a team performance. Like I said, barring a miracle, that could be the start of said miracle. A turnover on the inbound pass. And Blizzard looking to see how many timeouts the team has. Looking at head coach. Maëlle Gilles gets it. Has it. 10 seconds into the paint. Left hand. Travel called before the contact.
Now, obviously, we're getting down to it now, and we talked about how crucial it is to make foul shots. Sun Youth have missed 7 foul shots, and if they had made those shots, they would have only been down by 1. So, again, something that might haunt them kind of on a later day, but that's why at any point in the game, free throws are crucial. You have to make them because given the circumstance to either be down by 1 or kind of given the scoreline that they are right now, I can guarantee you they choose the down by 1. Gives them more options.
You could point to a couple of things that handcuffed Team Sun Youth today, whether it be Sierra Diarra missing or the lack of taking the opportunities given to them when the advantaged Titans turned the ball over, live ball turnovers. Regardless, the advantaged Titans come away with a 66-58 victory in a beautiful semifinal number 1. Again, 21 points, 13 rebounds. Kiara Letlow, 9 of 12 from the field and 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. She sends her team into the final. As we see the handshake line start to develop here, and in just a few minutes, it will be Kiara Letlow who wins player of the game, the 4th advantaged Titans player to be named player of the game, just emphasizing how deep they are as a team and what a threat they are to be the champions this year. And there she is, crown her. It's Kiara Letlow's moment. Love the energy from her, getting her teammates hyped, and here are the highlights from Letlow.
It's just, at this point, there's nobody in this game specifically that was really able to unmatch her athleticism. I think you look at her height, obviously it's a given that she's going to get bored. She's going to find herself in a position where she's able to make those low down layups. But it's her ability to outrun people, and it's her ability to get down the floor before anybody else, out footwork people. Her agility, her athleticism is truly the reason why she is so aggressive and unmatched in this league specifically, and definitely an advantage to the advantaged Titans, to say the least.
Well, who will the advantaged Titans take on in next week's final? That tip-off coming up in just 24 minutes. Will it be the Brampton Warriors? Will it be Team Triple Threat? Stay tuned. Jump ball from semifinal number 2 coming up in just 20 minutes' time.